Of the apps on Helen's phone, 5/7 are gaming apps, and 3/4 of the gaming apps are Avenger games. What fraction of the apps on Helen's phone are Avenger games? So for the calculations, we need to use our information. What are we trying to figure out? What fraction of Helen's phone are Avenger games? So we need to use the context of the question. So it says 3/4 of the games, 3/4 of the games, the gaming apps are Avenger apps. So 3/4 of the gaming is going to be equivalent to the Avenger games. So I'm going to just change this. So 3/4 of the gaming, which is 5/7, is going to be equivalent to the Avenger games. So that's going to be 15. 3, how do you multiply fractions? 3 times 5, you multiply across the numerator times the numerator, which is 15. And then you multiply the denominator times the denominator, 4 times 7, which is 28. So the Avenger games is going to be represented as 15/28. So that is the part that where you need to put your calculations. So this is what you will put at the bottom down here. 3/4 of the Avenger games is equivalent to 3/4 of the gaming is equivalent to the Avenger games. So I have 3/4 of the gaming, which is 5/7, is equivalent to the Avenger games. So that's what you need to have for that one. Now let's look at the modeling. So we need to show what is 3/4 of the gaming, which is 5/7. We need to show what is 3/4 of 5/7. So we need to first start off with one rectangle, and we need to show 5/7. Doesn't matter which side. So we need to shade 5 of the 7. But we have to first make 7s. And steps and examples of how to do this is in your notes on page 7 and 8. So we want to first divide this into 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7. And then I need to shade 5 of the 7. So I'm going to shade 5 of the 7. So this is 1 of the 7, 2 of the 7, 3 of the 7, 4 of the 7, 5 of the 7. So I need to start off with 5/7. This pink represents the gaming apps on Helen's phone. And then I need to figure out what is 3/4 of the gaming apps. So going horizontally, I need to show 3/4 of the 5/7. So I need to shade 3 of the 4. 3 of 4. So I need to show fourths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have fourths. And I need to shade 3 of the 4. So if I want to shade 3 of the 4, this is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. I need to shade across going that way. So going horizontally. So the 1, this is shading 1 of the fourths. This is 2 of the fourths. This is 3 of the fourths. All the way across. And then I leave the last one open because I need to shade 3 of the 4. And then I'm going to use this to answer the question. So what does this show? So this shows what a fraction is. A fraction is a part out of a whole. So since a fraction is a part out of a whole, we want to show the part that overlaps. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is the part that overlap. And then for the denominator, we have the whole, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, which is the whole. Total number of little boxes, which is the same answer that we got for our calculations. The second model, I'm going to use the modeling that's in our notes on page 8. So the first thing you want to do, so we're going to step 1, we want to show 5/7, or you could show 3/4 and then shade 5 of the 7, but I'm going to start with 5/7. So we're going to draw one rectangle to show 5/7. So we need to break this up into 7s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The second thing I want to do is shade 3/4 of the 5/7. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And then I want to shade 3/4 of the 5/7. So I'm going to just copy what I had in the first step. And then I need to show 3/4 in each 7th. So that means I need 3 lines to make 4ths in each of the 7ths. And I'm actually going to go back to step 1 because I need to shade 5 of the 7. So this is 1 of the 7, 2 of the 7, 3 of the 7, 4 of the 7, 5 of the 7. So I'm only going to work from here to here. If I'm shading 3/4 of the 5/7, no need to work over here in these last 2 boxes. So now I need to shade 3/4 of the 5/7. So this is my first 5/7 right here. So I'm going to shade 3/4 of that. Let's do yellow. So let's do, so this is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. That's my first group of 3/4 of the 5/7. Right now it's 3/4 of the 1/7, but I need to go all the way up to 5/7. So I'm going to do another 3/4. So that's going to be 3/4 in 2 7s because this is 1/7, 2 7, 3 7, 4 7, 5 7, 6 7, 7 7s. But I need to go all the way up to 5/7. So this is going to be how many 3/4 are in 3 7s. This is going to be how many 3/4 are in 4 7s. And now we have how many 3/4 are in 5 7s. So I'm going to count up my number of 3/4. So I know a fraction is a part out of a whole. So I'm going to count up my number of 3/4 and 5/7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 is the 3/4 in the 5/7. And then, so that's the part, the numerator in the whole. So that was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So notice that I get the same answer, 15/28, 15/28, and the same answer that I got in my calculations. So this is how you will model these 2 situations. There are more ways to model this. This is just 2 ways. Now we need to write our equation, our sentence and our equations based on the question and the modeling. The sentence to model the situation: 3/4 of 5/7 is 15/28. Therefore, Helen has 15/28 Avenger games on her phone. The multiplication equation to model the situation is based on the calculations that we had in the bottom. So it'll be 3/4. So is going to be, we have 3/4 of 5/7 is 15/28. And then the division is just the multiplication backwards. So 15/28 divided by 3/4 is equivalent to 5/7. And 15/28, this is another one you can have, divided by 5/7 is equivalent to 3/4. Do not put the reciprocal for the division. So explain how to use the model to answer the question. That is the second part that we want to address. You have to make sure you connect it to the question and the model. For the explain how to use the model to answer the question. So to use the model, start with 5/7, which is the total number of gaming apps on the phone. 5 of the 7 vertical lines are shaded. Then horizontally shade 3 of the 4 to show 3/4 of the 5/7s that you had shaded. Then use the part that overlap as the numerator, which is 15, and the whole as the denominator, which is 28, to get the Avenger games, which is 15/28. So 3/4 of 5/7 is 15/28, which is the answer to the question. Explain how the model relates to the equation. The model relates to the equation because both show 3/4 of 5/7 is 15/28. Start with 5/7, then of the 5/7s, show 3/4 to get 15/28. So I kind of explained this earlier when I was actually doing the models, but I mean, it's short and sweet right here. So you can use either one of those explanations.